Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, Keith.
All right.
We are at it's an exciting day for us. Exciting
This is a
day
pretty
for us on the
exciting day.
podcast. We are on the show. Calling it a show. Still calling it a show.
I think it's a show.
It's a show.
Show.
The Layman's Term show. Welcome to it. This is season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2. You may ask yourself, what's season 2?
What's a season about?
Season 2 is 100% better than season 1. So welcome to season 2. Season 2 is going to be fun because we're going to get some more input, some more communication with the outside world, some more thoughts and opinions. We're gonna take some callers. By that we mean we're going to call you, the kind listeners, and we haven't got it figured out yet, but we're going to provide a way for you to let us know you want to be on our call list, so we can give you some calls.
Let's be real though. You were just tired of listening to me drone on week after week.
I just droned on this whole intro.
First of all, if you like the podcast, you should probably subscribe at this point.
Yeah,
right?
because season 2 is going to
be amazing.
Lit, as the kids would say.
Lit. It's so lit. It's so fire. What do they say?
It's going to be fire.
It's going to be fire. Fuego.
It's going to be...
It's going to be crazy good. So, look, you should just go ahead and subscribe. If you get bored throughout the week and you want to listen to some season 1, feel free to. But season 2 is going to be way better.
I'm going to say just stick with season 2.
I mean, there's some decent episodes in season 1, but season 2 way better.
There is, but you really have to be a aficionado of the show to really appreciate some of the content.
And a little what do they call it when you like to punish yourself?
Bored. Oh, masochistic.
Masochist.
Yeah, you have to
be a little masochistic.
An aficionado, masochist, bored person.
So today we've got some callers lined up, and we're gonna kind of intro it a little bit. We're gonna talk about Lent.
Ooh, yeah, we're gonna talk about Lent. Today is we're recording on Ash Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But we had some other stuff to get done this morning, so neither one of us have been ashed yet.
No, have not been ashed yet. Tonight we'll get it. Quick funny story. Okay.
Yep.
So my wife here at our church we do morning ashes and then at night for the night service. So we do like a drive-by ashing, right? And my wife Shauna, she was here this morning.
First one.
About 7 o'clock, right? Or so. And so she comes every year and gets the ashes, and she finds it as an easy way, as an easy barrier of entry to talk to people about faith, right?
Yeah.
Because they'll either be like, "Oh, I didn't know you were Catholic."
Exactly. That's the number one. Yeah.
And then,
like,
and then
I'm
she's
not.
like, "I'm not." And like, "Oh, what are you?" And then you can have a really great conversation about, the similarities and differences of different, Protestant religions. Well, then she gets the what in the heck's on your forehead?
Oh yeah.
And then she it's Ash Wednesday, and they're like,
so I'm
is
going
that a national holiday. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm going next year. I'm either gonna figure out how to make it, or one of the listeners are gonna produce it for me. Or I'm going to make some adjustments to what I can purchase. But I'm going to make a charcoal pencil. An ash
pencil.
A stick, an artistic stick, charcoal
That's
stick.
ashy.
Yep, that we can make a really crisp cross.
Dude, are you going to I have a question for you. If you develop this, would you go down to like Liberty off the highway and hold up a sign like
I think somebody should have been down at the Chiefs Super Bowl championship parade today doing it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool. So before we get into the callers, what are you going to give up for Lent?
Man, I don't have it all figured out. I'm taking on the book. The book we're doing is our sermon series. We're talking about practicing the way, John Mark Comer book that just came out. So I'm taking that on as reading that.
So you're gonna read a book.
But
it's
a
focused.
It's a focused followership book. We talked about that last Sunday about we know a lot about leadership. We do a lot of studying about leadership, but what?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, maybe we'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
Followership.
Yeah.
That'd be a great podcast to do.
Okay.
Next week.
Yeah, that'd be great. So,
So you're gonna read the book.
Yep.
And you're gonna kind of follow. You're gonna
Practice the
spend
way.
some time going through, not just reading it. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. But really digesting it.
Yep.
And
yeah, we're doing that with a
you
couple
know.
different studies.
Oh,
so
okay.
have some group, some accountability group to
cool.
practice some of that with. So doing that, dietarily speaking, do you have anything?
Yeah. So even though I'm not Catholic, never have been, I went to a Jesuit college,
Yep.
so the no meat Fridays was kind of thrusted upon us,
Okay.
right? Because we're there. So it was a tradition that me and my other friends that weren't Catholic, we just kind of went with it. Some of us fasted also on Friday, so not eating meat. We just fasted the whole day. So I'm gonna take it to the next level. We do that every year where we don't eat meat. So I'm gonna take it to the next level. I'm gonna not eat meat for Lent, except for Sundays. And there's a really good reason why, except for Sundays.
Yeah, because it's like a mini Easter.
Yeah. I mean that's the idea is
Yeah.
it's the seventh day of resting, right? Like so 6 days of
abstaining.
abstaining, seventh day resting. But also our small group meets on Sunday, and it'd be like super rude of me to be like because we eat and then we do the study, and we kind of do different houses. So it'd be kind of A, rude for me to bring my own food, or B, expect them to cook something that doesn't have meat in it just for me. So I'm doing it for those two reasons. So Sunday's kind of my cheat day. And I think that health-wise, I'm just gonna I know some people are like, hey, you should make changes slowly, right? You get these people, and I'm thinking of one in particular, but I'm not gonna say who. Get a medical scare, and they're like, I'm gonna cut out all fatty foods. I'm going to cut out sugar. I'm going to go exercise. I'm going to do this. And it lasts like a week, right? And then they break down.
Burnout.
So they say, start with one habit at a time. Well, for me, it's just for Lent. So I think it's something that I can easily do. And then, hopefully it forms a habit. But I'm also going to give up sugary beverages.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm going to go water, iced tea would be okay. Although it's not really my go-to drink anyways, but if I'm at a restaurant or something and I don't feel like water, I can throw some tea there. So I won't even drink like juice or anything like that. I might do a diet soda.
And I think for me, mine's pretty similar. Like I can go with coffee, tea, water.
Yeah.
I think I can stick with that and cut out everything else.
Yeah. So I think that's the plan. We're gonna start there and see what I can come up with, and hopefully, you know what my ultimate fear is, though?
Is that you'll end up at a local carny restaurant and you'll have to drink the water?
No. The water is really bad on
occasion.
On
and it's
occasion.
not always. It's just
something's going on with the water.
atrocious.
My ultimate fear is that, and I'm gonna actually do it a little bit longer than Lent, just because. So I went and saw my doctor. And I got like a 3-month check-in, and I was telling her about it. I get stomach acid and some other stuff, and I was telling her, I was going to give up meat for Lent. She goes, "Oh, great. Let's get your cholesterol levels today, and then when you're done with no meat, we'll check your cholesterol then and see if it helped." Okay, so here's my problem. It's going to help.
Of course.
And then she's going to be like, "Look at your numbers. This is not that I have a cholesterol problem, but she's going to be like, look how healthy you are. You should just give up meat." That's my ultimate fear, is that I'll have to give up meat. So we'll see. But so I'm going to do a little bit longer than Lent. I got a 3-month check-in.
All right.
I may not make it the whole 3 months, but we'll see what my cholesterol levels and everything looks like.
Cool.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to do.
Well, I think you and I we both have some things that are going to cause us to be intentional during Lent, and that intentionality, I think, is a great spiritual practice.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I want to talk to some other folks
Yeah,
about their Lent.
Let's call some random people.
All right. All right, we're gonna take a caller. We got AJ on the line. Our friend AJ. AJ, you there?
I'm here.
Hey, welcome to the Layman's Term Show. This is Mitch.
This is Keith.
And that's AJ.
This is AJ.
All right. So you got you have some questions. You have some. You're not clergy, are you, AJ?
No, I
Okay,
am
good.
a fellow lay person.
Oh,
All right.
Thank goodness.
All right. So as lady to lady, do you have a question for the layman?
Yeah, I was curious what kind of habits you guys pick up or lay down for Lent.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keith, got any good ones?
Well, so I went to a Catholic college, a Jesuit college. Even though I'm not Catholic, haven't been to a Catholic church before, but because the cafeteria and stuff didn't serve meat on Fridays, I kind of had to pick up that practice, and so our family does that today. We don't eat meat on Fridays during Lent. And then what another friend of mine got me doing, and we just start. He always does it, and we just kind of started doing it together. We pick a day during the week, and we just fast for that day. We don't eat anything with calories or drink anything. So just basically water for 24 hours. Midnight to midnight. Especially when we were younger, it would be 12:01, and we'd be in the fast food drive-through or whatever, picking up a like a double cheeseburger because we were just starving. But yeah, so I usually pick a day during the week just to not eat, and I'll do dinner through dinner basically.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah.
AJ, what do you have? You have any good ones, or what are you planning for this year?
That would be really hard, Keith. I don't know if I would be able to do that. Adam said something a couple years ago that really struck home with me. Like Keith, I grew up Catholic, and we gave up eating meat on Fridays. And I thought that was great. And then I started challenging myself a little bit more, and I was really proud of myself for doing it, with giving up things like Facebook or soda or something like that. And Adam said something during a service that really hit home. He said, well, what are you doing or not doing that is growing your relationship with God, to be stronger? So he shed a new light on it that really helped me feel better about what I was doing. In addition, with giving something up that I didn't need, was spending time in a devotional every day to be a little bit more intentional about the time that I'm spending with God. So that's something that I usually pick up every Lent, and I find that sometimes it goes a little bit longer than Lent, and sometimes I fall out of the habit, but each year I grow a little bit closer and try to do it a little bit longer.
I like that.
I really like that. And I've had some similar experiences with that too, AJ, is I feel like whenever you're intentional about the addition of something like that, like a study or a daily devotional, when you're intentional about the addition of that, you inadvertently give up some other things to make time for that. It just may not consistently be the same thing. So you are giving up, you're making intentional time for that, and it does require you to, maybe you give up an extra 5 minutes of sleep, or you give up you give
TV
up,
watching,
you give up some of your screen time, or you're scrolling, because you've set aside the intentional time to do that study. So that's pretty good.
Now I want to backtrack for a minute. Do you guys still have the habit of no meat Fridays, even though it's not a Methodist thing or anything? But do you still do that?
I try to. There are times where I eat lunch and I'm like, dang it, it's Friday.
Yeah, no, definitely been there. As I'm having like a sausage biscuit in the morning, and I'm like, oh, Darn it. No, what I want to talk about though is have you tried the meat substitutes? Because like going all Lent and just having like pasta without any meat or what, like
So
it's
you're saying-
hard. It's hard to
You're talking
find.
about Fridays? Are you talking about like the entire time?
Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, no meat.
No, I mean 40 days of no meat.
Oh no,
You're
just
talking about
Fridays.
Friday?
No.
Just Friday.
But see, that's why I'm not that, like, I do lots of days without meat. Like,
That's not normal though for normal Midwesterners. Like in my family, we plan the meat, and then the rest of the meal comes based off the meat.
I know that's a general rule, but it's not that difficult,
Oh, it is.
especially when you can't.
It's super difficult. I don't want to like you can't just have pasta.
I'm not a vegan. I'm just saying when fish is okay,
Well, okay, so I don't like fish.
straight up pescatarian lifestyle is not exactly complicated.
I don't like fish, and I'm allergic to seafood. Okay, so
AJ,
for
you
our
got any
family,
allergies?
it's complicated.
AJ, do you eat the fish?
I eat the fish, but I agree with Keith that it would be extremely difficult to do it for the entire 40 days. I've got family members that are convinced that if there's no meat in your meal, you don't even have to pray before the meal.
It does. It's pretty. That actually that a meatless meal qualifies as fasting. It's fine. It's. I fasted today.
Oh,
They show
that's
up.
great.
They show up for blood work, and they're like, "Have you fasted?" Oh yeah, I had eggs this morning, and
A little side of
said some hummus, and
potatoes.
yeah, totally fasted.
Brian.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now I will say with my wife, when we started doing meatless Fridays during Lent, the traditional Catholic rules around it is if you work in a hard job where you're physically laboring a lot, then that doesn't apply to you. You can eat meat, or if you're pregnant or you're a kid. Right, like if it's a dietary thing because hey, you're pregnant, you're feeding,
Okay.
more than you, right? Or you're a child, like you can eat meat, right? So like we have 3 kids, that she was pregnant with each of them around Lent. So like for like I don't know, like of the 10 years or plus that we've been doing it, I think she's had to not eat meat like 2 or 3 times. Just because of like whatever, and the kids, eat meat. So there were a couple of years where I'm just like, I cook everybody else spaghetti with meat in it, but I took out some pasta and some sauce just for myself.
That's torture.
It is torture, but we've tried a lot of the meat, like substitute, where it's like plant-based, or whatever. And I will say they're all terrible.
Oh.
Especially the fake bacon. The fake bacon is the worst. Because we made like BLTs one time, right? So we got the fake bacon from the grocery store or whatever. I won't declare the brand or anything. It was terrible. It was like eating rubber. So we just had
Yeah. So I have this theory.
BTs.
I have this theory.
or LTs.
I have this theory with, and this crosses over to a lot of different areas, but don't juxtapose the real thing with the imitation thing. So don't try to get the fake bacon into the BLT. Have a different meal. Right? Like, don't try to don't be like, oh man, I'm not doing meat today. I want to make a meatless meatloaf. No, that's the main ingredient of the loaf is meat.
Right.
Like, do something different, right? Because I have the same. It goes to like my aesthetics with like even like concrete, right? I don't do, because I have a bunch of natural stone. I just did broom finish concrete on my patio. I didn't stamp it, because when you do the stamped concrete, the stamped and colored, it makes it look like stone.
Okay.
Well, that's fine.
But
but
not
I
stone.
have a bunch of real stone.
Yeah, but see, that's not
right
that's not
there.
That's not comparable.
It's just
that's a horrible comparison.
It's just like hardwood floors and imitation hardwood floors.
That's a terrible.
You don't run them up against each other.
That's the way they look. We're talking about what something tastes like. Now, I will say this. Every now and then we will. The only thing that I can stand is the Impossible Whopper from Burger King.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, should be, because I endorse their product. And only because I think they put so much other stuff on top of the meatless patty that you don't really taste it. You know, because they got all the like.
AJ, Impossible Whopper, what's your take? You had it?
Never had it, but I feel the same way about an Impossible Whopper as I do like turkey bacon. Like, don't tease me. Don't.
Oh, but you can't. But turkey bacon, turkey's meat, man.
What he's saying, if it's bacon, it's got to be from a pig.
Yeah.
But it doesn't qualify as your meatless.
No. But he's saying turkey bacon, even though it's bacon, it's not really bacon.
But what if you shot the turkey, AJ?
Oh. Plot twist.
I do prefer store-bought turkey over wild turkey. But bacon turkey is oxymoronic to me.
Canadian bacon is that way to me.
Ooh.
It's neither Canadian nor bacon. It's ham.
You have a brother in Canada.
I do.
How does he feel about bacon now?
I do.
Now that he's lived there a while.
Okay, so
have you asked him this question?
He's on his way to citizenship. He became their process is crazy compared to ours.
Do you have to eat the bacon in front of a panel?
He actually he agreed with me before he went to Canada, and now that he's in Canada, I said that same line to him, and he was like, "Knock it off."
Yeah.
Knock it off, Keith. It's Canadian bacon. And I'm like, did you lose all sense of Americanism? Yeah. You know,
the truth hurts, Keith.
I mean, it's It's not bacon. Call it Canadian ham.
The Spanish would call it jamón.
Jamón.
They wouldn't call it Canadian tocinos.
Yeah, you don't know. They wouldn't call it. Yeah, just like it's
maybe
insane.
They would. I don't
it's
know.
Insane to me. And I don't think he's had what is it, poutine yet?
Oh, with the French fries with the cheese on it,
with the cheese curds and the gravy.
He has not had
now,
that
see,
yet?
Not that I'm aware of at this point.
Really, I don't know that that's as much Canadian as like Wisconsin spilling over the border, right?
Literally.
Reason to go to Canada.
That's what I'm saying. It's literally the only reason, other than if you like.
I know. I think probably if you dig enough, we could probably take credit for it. That's all.
Oh, I think so. Well, somebody forgot to mute their phone.
All right. So, AJ, you have any closing thoughts on what are you doing this year? Let's plug. I know I'm doing this book. I'm doing a little book study on practicing the way. Are you doing that one?
I am not doing the way. I grabbed the upper room.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That is in the lobby of the church, and that's typically what I go through. There's also a book that I like to do called Jesus Calling.
Okay.
That is, it's a great daily devotional, and there are times where you read it and it's exactly what you need it to be. And I don't think there's coincidence in that. So.
All right. So those are our plugs. Practicing the Way, John Mark Comer, Mitch is doing. AJ's has the upper room available in the church lobby or other fine church lobbies around, I would imagine, and also online. And Jesus Calling. Do you have an author on that one, AJ?
I don't know it off the top of my head.
All right. Well, Jesus Calling, daily devotional.
I like it.
I am doing Practicing the Way small group with everybody, and invite many others to join us because I think that is going to be a great experience.
All right, so there you go.
We may need a follow up when we're done with the book to see how you liked it.
All right.
Gotcha.
Thanks,
AJ,
for being on the podcast, and we'll probably circle up with you another time. Later.
I'll see ya.
We're calling my buddy Josh right now. He's always got good ideas about Lent.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The
Wow.
person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
All right, hey Josh, this is Mitch and Keith. We're on the Layman's Term show. You're on the show right now. At least your voicemail is.
Yeah.
We're just talking about Lent, not the stuff in the dryer. I know that's where your mind went immediately.
I was thinking belly button lint.
Ooh, that too. But yeah, not stuff that you can use to build a fire while camping, but more the things you should talk about during the days leading up to Easter.
What do you think Josh does for Lent? This is a good conversation. What do you think he does for Lent?
Oh, I think he does lots of stuff. I bet he adds things. I bet he takes things away. I think he's given up stuff.
What do you think? What do you think's one thing, other than corny jokes, that Josh should give up for Lent?
What's something I think he should give up?
Yeah. What do you think he should give up for Lent?
Let's see.
Pants with weird pockets that he doesn't use.
No, I don't think that's a problem for him. I don't know. Maybe like pasta.
Big pasta fan?
Well, I know his wife is, so I think that'd be a great one.
Well, okay. So now are we saying what the whole family should do?
Yeah. Oh,
Not
yeah.
just
You guys
him,
should totally give
right?
up pasta.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's public service announcement. Josh, this is for you. Do you remember that year that my family gave up pizza? We can never do that again. We talk about
Really?
it every year.
You gave up pizza for 40 days and you couldn't deal with that?
We didn't even do the Sunday cheat day.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It was like pizza was the killer.
Just
How often do you eat pizza?
not for the whole 48 days or whatever it is, and it was rough.
Really? I don't think we even eat pizza that often.
Well, that was the end of the phone call. All right, Josh, love you. Bye. We have a couple questions for you. We want to know what our friend Tyler's thinking about giving up for Lent. You got any good ideas from the past? You got any great ideas for the future?
So I think a good one is this is kind of hard to put into something tangible, but I think just working on being positive.
Ooh.
Something I want to, like I don't know that you could ever get rid of limited talk, but greatly reducing my negative vibe.
Hey, I listened to a great talk about somebody talking about going. It was a 1 month challenge, but trying not to complain for a month.
Wow.
So you're going to try to give up complaining?
Yeah, we could go with that. We could go give up complaining. But
No.
I really would like to give up sugar. Like sweets. I'm a sweet hound.
Ooh,
that's
hard to
I
do.
tell you I can give up sweets. I think that might be a recipe for setting up myself for failure. But
Yeah.
maybe I could limit it, like one sugar snack a day. One Little Debbie a day.
Yeah, I'm pretty addicted to the sugar. Like, I'll take hits off those packets,
My wife, 1 year, and she didn't tell anyone until about halfway through. I looked at her and was like, "What's wrong with you?" She gave up saying no, like to the kids. You know what I mean? She didn't say yes to everything, right? But she gave up saying
pleaded
no
the fifth
and
on
don't
everything?
do that. Like, don't do that and no, right? And so if they would be like, "Hey, can we have pizza for dinner?" She'd be like, "We'll see." Or I was thinking about having this, or whatever. Not just being like, we're not having pizza. Like, can we stop at McDonald's for lunch? No. Like she just gave up. And I finally looked at her and I was like, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay?" And she just started laughing. She goes, "I gave up saying no for Lent." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's great."
You're being like Mitch. You're just giving vague answers to things.
Yeah, I was like, "What is going on here?" So maybe it's that. And so, like, negativity, you also give up the negative words, right?
No, I think it's complaining. Give up complaining.
Complain. I don't think I can do that.
I know, but I think Tyler can.
I don't. There's no way I could give up.
Can you do it, Tyler?
I think so.
Is that what you're going with?
Are you going to self-impose a punishment if you complain?
I mean, that's a big thing, right? You have to determine what is complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's something factual, it's like, "Hey, this happened. Are you complaining about that?" No, I'm just letting you know this happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not complaining about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know this is what happened. I think if you go on and on and on, that's the complaining. You're just kind of, you're starting to be kind of.
All right, let's role play. Let's give an example. All right, what's something you would complain about? Okay.
Like for me?
No. For Tyler.
Yeah. What's a household thing that maybe someone in the family does that just really bothers you?
This isn't really a bother, but I think everyone can maybe at least they can what's the word I'm looking? They can appreciate this. Okay, you walk by the trash can and it's full, and it's like,
Huh.
Now, I know I'm not the first one to notice that this is full.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and take the few minutes. I'll take the bag out of the can. I'll take the bag out to the garbage can. I'll come back in. I'll maybe do a little Lysol spray. Pep it up a notch.
Yeah, because not only are you not the first one to notice, you're the first one to not go through painstaking mental somersaults to create a Tetris-like experience, balancing act of stacking things up so that if someone actually walks by too briskly, it will all tumble to the ground. It's like a house of cards. Am I right? Like
you should be a novelist with how descriptive you are.
The trash can is booby trapped to the level of the work gone through to avoid anyone other.
When you have to get a second bag out to take the stuff off the top and put in a second bag and then pull the first bag out, it's a problem.
It's been neglected for far too long.
All
right, so it sounds like we're complaining about the same thing. All right.
We're on the right track.
We're on the right track. Okay, now, here you go, Tyler. The whole family's around. All right?
Okay.
The whole family's around. We're getting ready
Super
for
Bowl.
dinner. We're getting ready for dinner. Kids are set. Everybody's setting the table. Everybody's working around. And you encounter that you've had a long, stressful day of work. You just got home, and you just took your boots off, right? So it's like you're not even really like putting your shoes back on to take the trash back out. It's going to be annoying at this part. All right. And now you encounter the booby-trapped trash can, and what are you going to say? How are you going to approach the situation? Go.
It's going to be like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go and take care of business and take it out. And hopefully, by leading by example, someone will notice.
No one's
Most
gonna.
likely not. Most likely not.
All right. Well, I want to walk that back. I want you to now, instead of going mute, I want you to use your words and approach the situation positively, in a positive manner, without complaining. Now, give me that take.
All right. The take is you walk in, children are in there, the wife's in there. I'll say, how was your guys' day today? Oh, someone will respond, I did X, Y, and Z. I'm like, okay, well, I can see that you've had a pretty busy day today. Let me help you with your day. I would love to take out the trash. That way you don't have to stop what you're doing to do such a task.
That's so passive aggressive in my house. Like if I said that, my kids or my wife would be.
We were limiting complaining.
In college, we had this problem. We had a townhome in college, and so I got my brother and a friend of ours is staying in this townhome, right? And we had a trash can, and he felt like he was always taking the trash out, and we weren't, right? And we had the Tetris thing going on, right? And he was so passive aggressive about it that he bought himself a trash can that then. So there was two trash cans there all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
And he was throwing his trash in the trash can and taking his trash can out. Well, then instead of Tetris in our trash can, we would just throw it in his, right? Because we don't know. He didn't say anything, right? He just thought it was so passive aggressive that we would just understand his frustration.
Intuitively know his inner anger.
We didn't. So we had this like double trash can Tetris thing going on. And I mean, he had an epic meltdown. My brother just had this epic meltdown. Like, you guys never do the trash. No. You're just like huffing and puffing on it. It was hilarious.
All right. So, Tyler?
I probably would have added to the trash too, right? Because it's like, that's the bad thing about us guys, right? If we know something's bothering you, we're probably just gonna pile on.
Yeah, exactly.
It might just happen, but not for the next 40 days after the next coming Wednesday. We're going to start Valentine's Day. We're starting up Lent. So, Tyler, start making your plans for your no complaining Lent. But hey, you get to take Sundays off. So when I see you on Sundays, you can complain, but not when I see you on Thursdays. So
That's true.
let's wrap this call because we're going to circle back. We're going to circle back and hear how things went.
All right. Well, the other thing is too, I think additionally I can give up complaining and I can take on trying to read maybe the Bible each evening, but not just like not just like a daily devotional, but maybe kind of making it your own thing. Like what I kind of like to do sometimes is go to the back of the Bible, just look up a term, go to a few scriptures and just read it, see how that could be somewhat inspirational for the reflection upon my day.
Oh, I like that.
And I think that could kind of be helpful for a person in my position.
You see, you're going for the end of the day. You're going for the end of the day thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's courageous.
Yeah. Usually by the end of the day, I'm fried and I can't focus on anything. It's usually at the beginning of the day for me, or like lunchtime or something.
You got to think about it. If you read something positive right before you go to bed, they say sleep on it. Well, if that's the last thing you read, it's a pretty good chance you'll sleep on it. Maybe you'll have better thoughts in the morning.
I like that.
I have no idea if it's going to work out or not, but I'm going to give it a shot.
All right. I like it. All right, buddy. Well, this was good. Love you, and tell everybody we says hi.
All right, everyone, take care. Miss you more than a pancake, Mitch. See
All right.
ya.
Later.